Hey, how about you, everybody? It's welcome into the Corner Recruiting Show. I'm your host, Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for Auburn Sports.com. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. It is Tuesday evening, February 24, 2026 for us as well. Keep that in mind moving forward because you know we always do slip up with today's, tomorrow's, yesterday's, last night's. Fantastic show for you tonight. We're going to look at some of the new rankings that just came out on Rivals and some of the Auburn interest targets of note, commitments. We'll look over that. And then we're going to grade the 2026 offensive class. Take a look at that and grade each room. And then maybe dish out some habankies. Here to do it with me, as they always are, 100% of the time when I look up and I see their smiling faces looking down, they're here. Mr. Cole Pinkston, Sir Alan Head, how about you?
How about you?
How about you? He caught me at the perfect moment. I was trying to unlock my phone for tonight's exercise, and Jeffrey caught me. So, for those that are listening on the audio version, definitely had my face down, not looking at the camera at all. 100% epic fail on my part.
I forget people do that.
Yeah, we actually have a devoted podcast group. They don't watch it on YouTube.
Huh.
I've heard from these people. They do.
We're so pretty.
Cole is anyway. Look at him turn red.
Oh, got that. Oh, look at him. Oh,
I know.
Goodness me. They're going to be getting run to YouTube now.
I've had this flannel for maybe 14 years.
Okay.
Maybe more.
So it's almost broken in.
It feels a little tight. I ain't going to lie. Like that.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get 30, big dog.
Cole said you won't let me when I'm angry, baby.
All right, we're going to look over the new updated on, what is it, Rivals 300? It was the on 300. Is the Rivals 300 now?
Rivals 300.
Okay. Look at some of the targets. Before we do, wanted to let everybody know if you're looking for a Chevrolet, GMC, anything, anything really, man. He'll find it for you. Caleb Schofield there at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Give him a call, 334-531-0996. He's there at Glenn Smith Chevrolet off of Exit 62, which is off of I-85. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC is now celebrating over 34 years of serving East Alabama and West Georgia for sales, service, and parts. Inventory is fantastic with more than 500 new and used vehicles on the ground and on the way. Loaded with over 200 brand new Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierra trucks, hundreds of pre-owns ready to go. And if they don't have what you want, Caleb will find it. He'll find it for you. Give him a call, 334-531-0996. Tell him you want that. How about you? And he will hook you up, especially if you're an Auburn fan. Tell him you heard about him on the show. He will absolutely help you out and hook you up. Caleb Schofield, Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Tell him we sent you. All right, for the Rivals 300, a lot of movement. I think Cole mentioned this on the call-in show, but this is kind of like the real first rankings, right? You know, and listen, I know they don't want. I know they'll deny, and I think they did publicly about offers and stuff. If they're not taking into account offers, they're doing it wrong.
I could not agree with you more. Let colleges, the ones that have traditionally hit on evals, let them help you set the board, okay? Because while I respect, and I think these guys Charles Power and that group do a phenomenal job, okay, and the 24/7 group as well. These college evaluators that do this 24/7 all day, every day, and then there's more of them than you. Just look at it like that. Power in numbers, right?
And we briefly spoke on like some of these guys, Auburn was offering when they were, nobody's non-ranked. And not just Auburn, but you take, we'll go down them, but, Isaac McNeil comes to mind. And when I called him last week, he didn't have any stars on any network. And he had offers from Oregon, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Auburn, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, everybody in the country. And he had already set up official visits to 5 of the top programs in the country. So you knew something was off. And then he came in, where'd he go? There he is right there at 82. I believe 82.
This is just a critique of mine for the overall industry. Is it just me, or do you think that players, regardless of how good they are, just shouldn't be ranked until this ranking comes out? Like junior season, should be the official ranking. All the other stuff doesn't matter. Like
Right.
what your class looks like 3 years away from now. Like, come on, man. I don't care. I don't even think it's a real sell point.
Coles came up with the Auburn targets, the 5-star guys, Will Mincy, Jonathan.
And for this list, Jeffrey, I just added anybody we've heard their name. That's how I went about it. If we've heard their name, or I got the guy from Dothan in there because who knows what'll happen there. So that's what this list is. We've heard their name. They've been to campus. They've been offered whatever.
There you go.
Or close in proximity. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Will Minsell, Joshua Dobson, Monshon Sales. The latter two visited in the spring. I think in the winter. Will is set to visit in the spring. Olu Saman Labaduk Olububulu.
Cole, try that one for us, please.
Olu Wasta Milor. Olu Bobolobolo. That was pretty close.
Olu Bobolo. Olubobolo.
I think Olubobolo sounds close.
Olubobolo. It's got an A on it. Olubobolo.
Like that.
Yeah, there you go. Joakim Gouda visited. Ismail Kamara. Iking Hall. I think, he's the number one player in the state now. He's the highest ranked in-state player. Has a lot of good offers, Auburn, Alabama, yet I think there's concern about his size. I think there's concern about his height. And I think maybe Auburn, Alabama, at least, are not major players for him right now. Maybe that changes. We'll see. But as of right now, not a huge player. At least Auburn is not. Jaden Upshaw, he's coming in, I think, in April for spring practice. Izzy Abrams is coming back for another visit. You've got Jameer Brown, Ohio State commitment, has mentioned Auburn. Who else you got in there, Cole?
Yeah. And keep in mind, there's only 12 5-stars with Rivals so far. So 3 out of those 12 we put on here.
Who else? Anthony Sweeney, Maya Johnson Cook coming in for an OV, Jordan Agbanoma. That was pretty good. That was good. Gideon Gash, Raylan Henry, Leighton Von Brandt scheduled a multi-day unofficial visit. I think that's it for right now.
Give that school name a shot, Jeffrey, by Leighton Von Brandt.
How many N's is that?
It's a lot.
Apoquinament. Apopquinament mink. Apopquinament. Then you got Chance Gilbert from East Coweta.
There you go. That one's easy. For some reason, those Delaware schools, like Joseph Simmons is from Delaware. His school's name is Salisanium.
Isn't that like the place where Ted Kennedy Jr. had the car wreck that time? They threw the girl from his car, wasn't it? Or
Apoquinamink.
Okay.
That's it. Apoquinamink. Carlos May is number 2 player in the state. He's a top 10 defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Jaden Apprecio Bailey, number 3 player in the state. Isaac McNeil, number 4. And then before we move past Isaac McNeil, Steve Wiltfong, Rivals National Recruiting Director, put in a prediction for him to Auburn last week. And I just think that's a gut feel. I don't think there's anything going on behind the scenes or anything like that. I think Steve is just putting in, and Chad and Greg and some of these national guys are just kind of getting out ahead on some of these recruitments and just going with what makes sense. Carlos May has I think Chad Simmons and Steve Wiltfong both have put in Carlos May to Auburn, Isaac McNeil to Auburn, Wiltfong, and then you get on down to some Illinois. We're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah.
With Golish's ties to the Midwest there. Who else is in there? Elijah Haven, Samuel June's coming in for an official visit. Trayvon Collins is coming in for an official visit. Donovan Moore's coming in for an official visit. Committed. Tay Walden, you like him, Cole?
Yeah.
Davin Davidson's coming in for an unofficial visit in the spring. Speedy Jennings is coming in for an official visit, probably an unofficial as well. Andre Adams has already been here. Gary Walker is coming in for a visit. Jeremiah Culpepper, official visit.
Gary Walker was at the junior day, I think.
I thought that name, yes.
He was an unranked guy without a profile picture. So we were like, don't know what to do there. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Not unranked anymore.
Right. And then we were like, oh, we let him walk right on out the door.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, nice to meet you. All righty.
Hopefully I'll see you again for another.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a milkshake truck right there.
Yeah.
Adrian Cole, top cornerback target, Jatori Williams, made a big jump. The offensive lineman from Phoenix City, Jamar Simmons, Jason Brewer, Bryce Williams, Cole Reeder, Noah Glover. Well, out-of-state cats there. Sean Tatum is set to come for an official visit. Jabari Smith is set for an official visit. I think he got predicted to Georgia, or was that him and Gouda, right?
Correct.
I think Chad Simmons has both of those cats.
That's safe. Georgia owns those guys usually.
And again, I think these are just gut predictions. I don't think there's anything going on behind the scenes that's going to be announced anytime soon. But Jalen Scott, former Auburn, Florida State, Oklahoma. Is he committed anywhere now?
No, but it seems like he loves Oklahoma based on his social media.
Jamison Roberts is coming in for a visit. Top quarterback target, Ryan Jackson, OV, Sincere Gaylord. I believe Chad Simmons either put in a prediction or thinks Auburn leads here.
Yeah, I don't think he's put one in yet, but he did say that Auburn may be the leader right now.
Okay.
And I believe the kid said that Auburn is the leader.
Okay.
Right now, if I remember.
That may be right.
Chicken, Javarius Garor, the Alabama commitment, and teammate of Isaac McNeil, who has been to Auburn several times, and is coming back for the spring and again for an OV. And then Tyson Robinson, I believe, has an official visit as well set. Does that sound right?
I think maybe.
The running back board is so good and deep.
It really is, man. I mean, you could put a 5 names to know up for those guys, and I think it might not be enough. I think you may have to go 7 or 8 deep as far as the running back board is concerned.
Was Mooney wasn't even in the top 300, was he?
No.
Quintarius Gibson?
Mooney's dropped some with rivals. I think he's a 3-star now in 89, I believe 3-star, which is still, I mean, that's projected to be a Power 4 starter at some point in your career, but it's not upper echelon right now.
I wouldn't choose that hill to die on. Mooney was, even when he was on, he's recovering from an injury.
Yes.
He was on a scooter when he was at Auburn for junior day in February 1st. He's a smaller back, or at least he looked smaller compared to, was it Tyson Robinson that was there, Cole? That was especially Mason Johnson Cook. God bless America.
Yeah, Mason Johnson Cook and Braden Tyson was another one that was
Braden Tyson. That's who I'm thinking of, not Tyson Robinson. I'm sorry, Braden Tyson is who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, a couple guys that are no longer in the 300. One is Gibson. Another is Terrence Smith, offensive lineman that Auburn likes.
Yeah.
But they're in this update we got. They're in the outside looking in, so basically right outside the top 300.
Probably still 4-star guys.
Yeah,
industry wide, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a ton of new additions too. Some of them were like Will Mensel. He was not even ranked in the 300, and he goes up to number 4.
So when we're, and even Allen, when we've been talking about Auburn's top quarterback targets, it was Will Mensel, it was Izzy Abrams, and Jamison Roberts. And Will Mensel at the time, up until 2 days ago or yesterday, Monday, Will Mensel was a 3-star, nobody really. He didn't garner major headlines. Now he's the number 1 quarterback in the country.
Yeah.
Number 1. And the big thing we always talked about with the last staff, and I think it showed in a lot of areas, was their evaluation ability. And a lot of that goes to Durkin, and you still have him and Vontrell King Williams. But just listen to some of these names that were not ranked at all, okay?
Yeah.
And then they show up in the Rivals 300 this time after Auburn's been on them.
Right. Top targets.
Yes. You got Will Mensel, You got Isaac McNeil.
Yep.
Joakim Gouda.
Yep.
Danny Lang is the new one that we heard about. He's number 93 overall. He was not ranked beforehand.
Did I skip him? He's coming in for an OB.
I didn't write him because I didn't realize.
At the time. So Danny Lang is somebody to know. He's coming in for like a weekend during the spring and then coming back for an OV. I'm telling you, the cornerback recruiting is going to be a lot of fun this year.
Yes,
I think so. I think so.
I feel
DVD
good about
DeMarcus Van Dyke is going to be absolutely fun to cover. He's going to get dudes, man. This guy's got it.
I agree. I think DVD and Vontrell King-Williams, the defensive side of the ball, are going to be the two to follow this year. Both of those guys stand a good chance of being able to stamp their name in that class. And when you get done with everything at the end of the day, and you're looking at your top list of assistants that are, lead recruiters, those are guys whose star is likely to be on the rise after this recruiting season, in my opinion.
Hell, go back up to Joshua Dobson, the 5-star cornerback. He came in for a multi-day visit in the winter in January, and then 2 weeks, and he actually said, "Hey, man, Auburn's kind of late getting in. This new staff is kind of late getting into my recruitment." I don't think he had Auburn amongst his leaders. He didn't even name them, and now he's coming back for a weekend visit, April the 5th, and then coming back for an OV like this DVD. That's the relationship he's building there, and Golish too. So these, it's going to be a lot of fun covering the cornerback, linebacker. I mean, hell, I don't want to, do any disservice to Tim Banks or
Coleman Hutzler.
I always want to say Hostler, but we'll see. Actually, those two, the safety and edge board. I'm curious. I don't know much about Tim Banks. I don't know much about Coleman.
I don't know much about Coleman, but I will say this: as far as targets that I'm aware of, I feel like the edge board is pretty well developed at this point. Like I could list off 5 names if I really needed to of guys that I think Auburn's in it with for sure. So the safety is the one. If you're looking at the entire defense, like I just don't know who they're looking at the safety position.
Yeah.
And maybe that has to do with what they presently have on the roster. Maybe it's just I'm not aware just yet of who they're prioritizing at that position. There's still a lot that they have to hash out. You're going to see spring evals where they're going to go visit certain guys. You'll have other guys come in on unofficial visits for spring practice. So a lot yet to flush out at that spot. But I do feel really comfortable with the rest of the defense as far as known targets, like guys we know they are after. And one, Cole, I think you were getting ready to say his name, but that we didn't mention, and you talked about DJ Durkin earlier in his evaluation prowess. Jeremiah Culpepper, who shot up. He's now a top 150 player. And I think he's also been predicted to Auburn in addition to McNeil. If you want to click on his profile, I think that Auburn has been predicted to land him as well. Now, is he out of LaGrange, Troup County, one of the two?
Yeah, Troup County. Troup County also has Jay Warner, who is right outside of this, and Cincinnati commit running back that was at Auburn's junior day and just got an offer from LSU. Big time players there at Troup County.
Is he the I saw that he posted today he's 195 because he looked, or I thought he was a smaller back, kind of like Mooney when we saw him February the 1st. But Alan, real quick before we end and we move on to the 2026 class, but let's talk about the edge board real quick. Because I'm going, okay, so who are some names that you're going to be watching there? And I'm looking at this. Rion Jackson's coming in from Maryland for an OV. I know MJ Evans is a guy. I know Chicken Galore is a guy.
Gordon.
Who?
Gordon. No, the kid from Montgomery Academy.
Yeah, Braden Gordon.
Braden Gordon.
Braden Gordon, there you go. There's 4 guys we know that are top. Is there anybody else in this? KJ Green.
Yeah, you got Ryan, the guy from Maryland.
Yes.
Jackson. Ryan Jackson, is that his name?
Oh, I said Rion. What? Is it Ryan?
I don't know. I called him the other night. I called him Ryan. He didn't change it. So
maybe he's nice, dude. I think it's Rion.
Could be Rion. I don't know.
Wow, that's very creative. If it is Ryan, isn't it?
So we mentioned Anthony Sweeney, right?
No, we did not. in the 300 we did, yes.
Okay, Anthony.
But as
Sweet,
far as the edge board goes, Anthony.
Anthony.
That's
Sweet,
the Maryland kid.
Yes, absolutely a name to know. Javaris Garor, definitely a name to know. Jabias Smith. Now, I think we're outside of his top 5, but definitely somebody to pay attention to on the buckboard. I think Auburn will get back involved there. I don't think they're out of it just yet, or at least that's my information right now.
What is MJ Evans ranked?
He wasn't in there. So there's
what's his first name? It used to be MJ, but it's
Marquise.
Marquise.
Yeah. Barack Willis is a name I'm paying attention to. I don't know where he lands. I don't know if he's a linebacker. I don't know if he's an edge.
Kind of that tweener.
He's definitely a tweener, and I'm not sure how Auburn sees him, but a target to pay attention to for sure. We already mentioned Braden Gordon, who's going to be coming in for an official visit, and I think he's a big-time target. Rayon Jackson, Alexander Taylor from St. Francis.
Rayon? Is that what you said? We called him 3 different things.
Is it Rayon? Ryan
is what
I'm gonna go with Ryan.
Okay, we'll go with Ryan. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Of course, they probably don't say it like we do in Maryland. We say Ryan.
Yeah. RHINE. Ryan. Oh, Ryan.
Caleb Spivey from Carver. Pay attention to that one.
Yeah,
that's another one.
Caleb Spivey.
So again, I think we've just reeled off about 6, 7 names, and those are guys that have either been to campus or scheduled for official visits. So knowing who's on the board, I think we have a pretty good understanding of. Flushing it out as far as who are the top 2 or 3 targets, that I'm still trying to pinpoint. I think quarterback is the one board that you can really narrow down right now, and probably because of the emphasis they're putting on it. But well-developed boards, I think defensively they've done a really good job of setting that up, or at least so that we're aware of safety's the one spot. I'm still slightly unsure.
I'll give you 2 more. Alan, I'm looking at our spreadsheet we got on this ranking, and there's basically guys that are on the bubble right outside the top 300 that are probably 4-star level. You got Adriel Rojas. Did you say his name?
I did not.
That's a good one, though.
Adriel Rojas from Georgia. I can't remember where in Georgia. He's one. And then maybe considered more of a D lineman now, committed to Oregon, Cam Pritchett from Thompson.
I was definitely told D-line on that one. As opposed to edge, but probably a guy that could combo and play both the 5 tech and
let me because there's so many familiar names here. Let me give you some more of these guys that are on the bubble, like right outside the 300. Okay. You got Mooney Gibson, you've got Rojas, who we just talked about, Joshua Sammy Pale. You remember this guy?
Yeah.
Yep. Gunnar Rivers,
who just committed to NC State.
Good for him.
Braden Tyson.
Okay.
George Lamons.
Yeah.
Big target to know.
All right, so let's move. Let's look at the 2026 class at the offensive side of the football. We looked at defense last week. Had some good grades. We had D linemen, the D line class B+, A-. Everybody agreed that the edge board room is a C. Yeah. Linebacker, we had A+, and then 2 solid A's. Cornerbacks B-, C+, solid B. And then safeties A-, and A safety nickel room. So the 2 strengths, we believe, at least on paper, on the defense is going to be your linebacker and safety. And then your D line, not too far behind that. But we think the edge with Womack and Jared Smith, at least on paper, and how they addressed it was a solid C. We'll see if that changes. Could be a dynamic.
Who of us was highest on the defense as a whole, and who of us was lowest based on that? Are we all really, really close? We're pretty close.
I think we're all relatively close. I think
I was pumping some sunshine because I had the safety nickel room almost ready to give them an A+, but y'all talked me out of it, and I gave them an A. Y'all both were A-. I gave the linebacker room A+. Y'all were solid A's. We all were C's on the edge.
Yes.
B-, C+, B. So I think I was a little. No. I was not as. Yeah. I don't think I was very high on the cornerback board either. Cole kind of pulled me up out of the gutter on that one.
I think we're going to be more all over the map on offense.
We'll see.
You might be shocked, but anyway.
Okay, here we go. This is a good one, man. We're going to start off at quarterback. Auburn added a completely different room than it had 3 months ago. Everybody gone, new guys coming in, Byron Brown, and then 3 freshmen, 2 redshirt freshmen in Lachlan Hewitt and Tristan Tia, and the true freshman Reese Brush, who they flipped from USF. Fellas, I mean, I'm starting out at – I want to be honest with you. I'm starting out at C, and I'm going to work from there. I'm going to talk through it from there.
Okay. I'm a B in the quarterback room.
Right.
I think you upgraded the starting position tenfold. I honestly do.
Yeah.
In this system, I have to look at it for who the offensive coordinator is, who the head coach is, the experience that he has in the system. I think you've upgraded the starter. And so long as he stays healthy, you have an opportunity to play plus football at that position all season long. Where it gets dicey for me is the depth beyond him. And losing Deuce Knight, not having somebody with a lot of experience in that room or experience within the system, I can't go any higher than B. But I definitely think that Byron Brown, in and of himself, because of the way you upgraded that position from the starter aspect of it, gets you to a B as opposed to a C.
Okay. So it doesn't make sense for what you got with Byron Brown. But am I alone in thinking that losing Ashton Daniels is a loss? I mean, you forget about it because of Byron Brown. But
Ashton was who I thought about when I'm talking about not having another talented signal caller in the room that's got experience. That's exactly what I thought of. The depth in last year's room was much better than in this room.
Yeah.
It's just the top end wasn't as good because Jackson Arnold.
As far as you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we have to go off of. I mean, I think I'm right under where you are, Alan. B-.
Okay. I think that's fair.
I feel pretty good in saying that. And I put a little more into Tristan Tia than maybe y'all will. And I've talked to his coaches, and they kind of got me fired up about him. So that might be part of it. But, man, I mean, he got into the games in Oregon State. Not only did he get into those games, so he cleaned up in the second to last game of the year, and then he started the last game of the year, which I believe was against Washington State. I think he didn't flinch, dude. And what they're asking him to do, like, you're playing for a 2-7 team. We need you to come in here and provide a spark. And he did it. And he was calm and he was collected. He didn't have any help around him. I mean, the guy's dropping passes, everything. It was a bad football team.
Yes.
So I think if he, for some reason, had to get into a game, I think he wouldn't flinch. And I feel good about that part. Whether or not he would win a game for Auburn, I don't know yet. But I like his skill set. I think he could grow into something if he sticks around. I'm basing a lot on him.
So Alan's got solid B, Cole's at B-. And y'all listen, y'all just talk some sense into me. Having Byron Brown in your room, the floor of that grade is a B-.
Yes.
Yeah.
Byron Brown alone is your floor at B-. You can't give Byron Brown any room that he's in a C. So you've talked me out of that. Now I'm working my way up. Does Tristan Tia move me? Does he move the needle up to a solid B?
That's what it did for me because of his potential. Now, if Deuce Knight were still in that room, it's an A for me at that point because of his upside.
Yeah.
Now, I think Tristan Tia's upside is really good as well, but I don't know enough about him at this point other than what I've seen on his huddle highlights from high school. And then, in the 2 games that he played, one of which was against Washington State, relatively quality opponent. I think the other was Utah State. Is that correct, Cole?
Yeah.
Where he got in late in that game.
I think that was it.
So 2 Mountain West teams. In one performance, he looked fantastic. When he came in relief in the Utah State game, I mean, there was one touchdown pass that he threw to the back of the end zone that was as good as anything you're going to see. And then I thought in the Washington State game where they had an opportunity to prepare for him, and Cole was right. It was not a great team performance around a young quarterback, but I thought there were times that you saw him a little hesitant to release the ball at times. Like he didn't flinch, but at the same time, you could tell he was still thinking in parts. It wasn't as clean of an operation as you would have wanted. So there's some attractive parts to his game, but how quickly does he acquiesce to the speed of the SEC? I don't know. But I do think he's got some upside to him and potential starter upside to him.
So I'm at 82.5 with Byron Brown alone. And I ask myself, is Tristan Tia worth a quarter of a point to get him to 8.5, get that room to 8 and a solid B? And I think, shit, man, I'm not going to argue with either one of you. B minus and a B.
Give me B. Give me a solid B.
Look at you, Cole. Come around,
man. And I just thought I think Tristan Tia is worth a quarter of a point. So I got him at 8.5.
If I'm going to make that much noise about Tia, then I got to be with y'all on that. But also, and I'll give Danny Jones, who was Tia's coach at Amador Valley, some credit. He told me, he goes, as much as I love Tristan, and I think that Auburn just got a steal, that Hewlett guy, like I had never heard anybody talk about Lachlan Hewlett, but he knows his dad, who's a quarterback coach. He's like, that's going to be tough to beat.
Really?
So, knowing that, I got a little insight on that. And he's a step ahead. I mean, he's been in the offense for a year. That helps.
You're right. He got some snaps last season, I believe, didn't he? He got a couple of games played. Participation trophy.
He played one snap on a trick play against Boise.
Threw a touchdown, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He was the punter. They just snuck him out there.
And here's the thing. He looked like a punter. Like when he was back there, his size.
Nobody was waving the towel or calling the timeout, dude. They're
like, no, it's not like when Cam Newton lined up at punter and it was like, wait a minute, fake.
And it was like the first game of the season, so they didn't know what number he was because he was a freshman. Like they didn't know on the scouting report what number he was or anything. It was smart.
Right, solid B's.
Yeah.
Solid B's across the board. I think that's a good guy. I think this next group is going to be fun.
That is an A for me, fellas. I'm going to be honest. I think any time that you had a 1,000-yard rusher and two other running backs that were also the leading rushers on their team, regardless of level, a lot of experience. You think about Davenport with experience in the offense. You also retained your almost 1,000-yard rusher last season in Jeremiah Cobb. I am very impressed. And then you hung on to your young talent. You didn't lose, Omar Mabson, who very well could have said, hey, I'm out, man. I don't want anything to do with this. Alvin Henderson, we'll see what happens there. I thought people I've talked to is that Alvin needed to mature a little bit. Some last season. Maybe that happens for him this spring. And I do believe that young man has ability. So we'll see where he, how he can kind of climb the depth chart, because if his attitude is where it needs to be, I do believe he's got skill to play in the SEC. So A for me.
A for a solid A.
Yeah.
A plus.
Ooh.
A plus. And the one that turned it into an A plus was Bryson Washington for me.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say again, Bryson Washington is not – I don't think he's like the most dynamic running back you could have gotten. He doesn't have a lot of moves. He's not overly flashy. But, boy, he'll run you over. And he's got great burst. So, and he's big. He's like, what, 6 foot, 220, whatever he is, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of back that's been great at Auburn. They hadn't had one like it in a while. And, I mean, even before when he was a freshman, he rushed for 1,000 as a freshman. He went down a little bit to like 850, something like that last year. I mean, this guy's production is serious. So he brings it up. I love Tay Meadows.
Mm-hmm.
I love Nakai Davenport. I think he's pretty good at certain things. I think he can be a really good blocker, believe it or not. That's a big deal in this offense, especially when you're doing the quarterback run +1 running stuff, and then Jeremiah Cobb. I mean, what more could you ask for with this room? And don't count Mabson out. I love Omar Mabson.
I think the thing I like best about it is not only the production that you have in that room, but it's the diversity in body types and skill sets.
Yeah.
Like that is a room that is layered out probably better than any other room on the offense as far as diverse skill sets and the things that you can do with them. You can have specific plays designed if you want to, where guys can have a role. You also have two guys, in my opinion, that you can rotate very evenly in Cobb and Washington, and you don't lose much. And while they do different things, I think the offense remains potent all the same because of their potential in the backfield. But Jeffrey, go ahead.
My floor here is a solid A. I'm trying to let Cole talk me into an A+. I'm not going to.
Fair.
I mean, I was in here going like, what? Like, honestly, like just those first three, those upperclassmen.
Yeah,
dude, that's strong.
Well, I look at it the same way. Like, who's my other A+? I think I gave the linebackers an A+, and I'm comparing it to that. Is it as good as the linebackers? I think it is. That's where I'm at on it.
I think the young talent in the linebacker room may be better, and that's why.
Yeah,
and I don't know that I think I gave the linebacker room an A. I don't think I gave him an A+, but I do think the young talent in that room might be better.
I mean, it doesn't count because they don't have anybody yet, but the running back board for the 27 class, it's like they're going to keep stocking this room.
Yeah, they're making that position a priority.
When your head coach comes out and says we plan to run the piss out of the ball,
yeah,
I think you probably better make that room a priority.
I don't know who to give credit to for this. Somebody on the board, may have been Big Sexy or Palmer Stackley, somebody that pretty. Anyway, they said it's just wrong for the anatomy of Auburn to build the receiver room like it was being built. It needs to be the running back room. So it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Hindsight's 20/20, but I agree.
Yeah, right.
I agree.
I mean, if your Pat Dye, it's 50-50, but anyway, I digress.
All right, running back, wide receiver, again, almost a complete overhaul. Auburn brought in Chaz Nimrod, Keyshawn Singleton, Christian Neptune, Jeremiah Coger, and signed, and that was a transfer. Brian Williams signed Deshaun Spencer, signed Brady Marchese. Is that right?
I will say again. He told me to my face, Marchese.
Oh shit,
Brady Marchese. Okay,
that's what he said. I think is. What
hey, you don't want me to try to pronounce that, so Jeffrey, you're already doing better than me.
Marchese.
Yeah,
that's what I said though. So you've got a lot of new faces. The only returners you've got are Duke and Eric Smith, Sam Turner, and Bryce Kane. Everybody else is coming over from USF or was signed out of high school.
The more I've thought about this too, it is interesting. I mean, they looked for another guy from other places like Kyle Parker from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Noah Rogers from NC State.
Yeah, there's another one too.
That was a big one. Wanted another slot, it seemed like.
Yeah.
It really did.
You see how, I mean, so they load up the running back room the way they did, but they treat the receiver room differently. Like, this is a room where you got to know what's going on or we can't do what we do. And so for that reason alone, it probably bumps me up at least one notch from where I probably would be just looking at the talent in the room. I got to think about this one for a second, though.
Let me tell you where I am, and maybe we can just go from there.
Okay.
I'm at a B-.
I'm B or B-. I'm trying to decide right now where I'm at, and Chaz Nimrod is probably the difference maker for me. I feel pretty comfortable in what I'm going to get from Keyshawn Singleton. I really like your young pieces in Kroger and Neptune. I think they have starter capability for you in the future. If Chaz Nimrod is healthy and can give you the production it looked like he was going to give you last year at USF, it's a B for me. because I think he pairs well with Singleton and the other two that I just mentioned. If he's going to be injury prone this year, you're going to have to get somebody else in that room for me to feel more comfortable about the situation. Now, I actually like the freshman receivers they brought in. I felt like they, for the short period they were here, to get Brady Marchese, to get the young man out of Saraland, who I think was slept on by the industry. Like, I honestly believe, and I've had other people that are closer to Auburn that don't feel as passionately about him as I do, but I think that kid's a ball player, man. Like, I honestly believe he's going to be a difference maker at some point in his career. And then we'll see what you get out of Brian Williams. I like the size. I like the frame. He's got some nice balance and body control. His route running looks unpolished to me at this point. He's more athlete than he is receiver. So that's one that Cody Burns is going to have to really work with, in my opinion, to get the max out of his skill set. But he's a guy that's seen a lot of top-level competition. He's come out of IMG, correct? So he's probably seen –
Who's that, Brian Williams?
Yeah, he's seen top-end
no, he's
Orlando?
Is he Orlando? I thought he was IMG for some reason.
First Academy.
Okay.
Where's that?
Also, it's in Orlando.
Yeah. I hate how they do that.
Yeah.
They put his hometown.
It's the same school that Reed Ramsire goes to, by the way.
Okay.
Ramsey Year.
I'm probably talking myself into a B.
Name, man. Yeah, man, we're struggling on the name.
I thought I had this all figured out until Cole started doing it.
I was going to say, Jeffrey, just let me and you do a show. We'll say all kinds of names wrong, and then pat each other on the back after we're done. Like, hey, man, that was a great job.
Yeah. Good
guess,
man.
I'm bad about talking to these guys and introduce myself, and then I don't listen to how they say their name.
Yeah, we'll get a breakdown from Cole after the fact with an enunciation guide, like, you guys messed this one up, this one up, and this one up. Here's your scouting report.
I noticed what Keith does. It's pretty good. Instead of, how, like, when we talking to the recorder, Jeffrey, we say their name so we can remember who it is. He gets them to say it.
Pronounce your name.
Say your name.
Say your name.
And your position and your class.
What a veteran trick there.
All right, so you know what? I like that all these cats know the offense, have experience in the offense. I think that's worth 1/4 of a point. You've talked me into a solid B here. I think there's a lot of potential on the low side of this, the depth chart. I like the young group.
Yeah.
I like the experience and knowledge and familiarity of the upper class. I think solid B. I think that's where I am. Solid B.
And I will tell you where I do struggle, because I am factoring retention into this as well.
Yeah.
That was a spot where you weren't able to retain, your top end guys. Cam Coleman's a first-round pick, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Eric Singleton, he's a draft pick. He's probably a day two guy, whether he's a second round or a third round pick, I don't know. But he's probably a day two guy. Malcolm Simmons,
a really, really, really good college football receiver.
Outstanding.
Regardless of where he goes in the draft, he's a loss. He's a miss.
And then Malcolm Simmons to Texas Tech.
If you had those guys,
this
room's an A+.
Oh yeah.
So you're taking. By giving them a solid B, you're taking a major step back. You're losing, an entire letter grade plus.
Yeah.
Well, this is the other position that we're having to compare to last year's, just like we did with the edge group.
Yeah.
And that's in my mind a little bit. Now, when I look at the entire room here, I feel really comfortable, I think that's the word, with the USF guys coming in, that they'll be solid. I feel great about it. I don't think they're going to be big-time playmakers. I think they'll be solid.
Right there with you, Cole.
The young guys, Brian Williams, Spencer, and Marchese, love them. I think that's a pretty strong group right there, considering the circumstances. I'm a little bit worried about the guys you kept. Your Bryce Kane, your Duke Smith, your Eric Smith, Sam Turner.
I actually had a conversation about somebody with Duke Smith, and I think you're going to be okay on that one.
I think so. Look, Duke Smith's got all the talent in the world. Again, with this receiver position, how fast does he catch on to everything? Is this the year where he can contribute, or did having this system come in, this complex system, knock him back another year? That's what I'm worried about with that whole group right there. That's the middle of your room, the meat.
Yeah.
It is. And what I will say to that is Cody Burns' job to get that young man up to speed.
Right.
Cody's a guy that's coached at Auburn, at Tennessee, at UCF, South Florida, and has also had a stint in the NFL. So he's coached guys with different backgrounds at different levels, with different familiarities of offenses.
True.
Does he have enough relatability and enough coaching him to get the football IQ up where it needs to be? I think that he does. And if he can get max out of him, out of the conversations I've had lately, they think that kid could be a 2-deep player this year and possibly be a breakout guy in that room if it all comes together for him from a football IQ standpoint and understanding the offense. Like Duke Smith is that kind of talented.
I would be thrilled if that were – I'd be thrilled. He is a touchdown waiting to happen.
Alan, you're a solid B?
Solid B right now.
Cole?
C+.
Oh. I'm not arguing with that. I'm not arguing with that at all.
Gut feeling. I hope to – that's not a bad grade, but I hope to be wrong. I hope they're a little bit better than that.
No, Cole, I think that's a fair criticism. And it's something that I contemplated, but when I started to factor in the younger guys in Kroger, who I think could be a star for you in time, and then Sylvester Smith, I kind of talked myself more into what the upside of that room could be than I thought I initially was going to be able to when we were going to do this exercise.
I think I'm a little lower on Kroger than most, too. I just don't see the speed there, and maybe that's going to bite him a little bit in the SEC, but he's a physical presence. He could still – he's going to have a role. Look, that's the thing. I trust the offense. I kind of trust the offense from what I've seen. So
that's good. I like that, Cole. I like that grade. I think that's fair. And would not argue against it.
No.
Tight end, going to have a complete overhaul here as well. Jake Johnson, Hunter Herring, they brought in from the transfer portal. You're getting Ryan G back. You got Jonathan Eccles from USF. Xavier Newsome from like Savannah College or something.
Arliss Boardingham also. I need to add him in there.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about him. And then DeMarcus Broughton, who flipped to Auburn from USF. Xavier Newsome, was it Mercer? Oh, no, it was smaller than Mercer. It was like shorter college or something, wasn't it?
Howard, correct?
Yeah,
Howard.
There you go.
Hampton.
No. Was he Hampton?
Yeah, Hampton or Howard?
It was Howard because he came from the same place as his
Larry Scott.
Okay. Gotcha. That's right.
I love Jake Johnson. I love Hunter Herring.
Hunter Herring, really?
No. Jake Johnson.
Okay.
He's the guy, right?
Yes, Jake Johnson from North Carolina.
Yeah, Hunter Herring was the late addition
from UL Monroe.
Okay.
That played quarterback predominantly, but has done some utility role type things.
Jake Johnson is the cat. He's really good, right?
Yeah, I like Jake Johnson.
I like Arliss Boardingham a little bit.
Where's he from?
He is coming in from a MAC school by way of Florida.
Yeah, he was at
yeah. He was a freaking freshman All-American at Florida. He had he had 2 big years at Florida before he transferred to like
Bowling Green.
Yes.
Bowling Green.
Yes.
He was really good his freshman. I think he had 23 catches, and I don't know why I remember this, but I remember
23 catches for like 500 yards, I believe. Now, a large chunk of that came in one game. So you do have to kind of look at it with context. But again, if you're comparing to last year to this year, I think you made some really solid gains in that room by comparison to what you lost. You kept your best young player in that room in Ryan G. And then you added some interesting pieces with, is it Tree Rollins? Is that his nickname is Tree, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Tree Newsome, not Tree Rollins.
Jay Johnson from North Carolina. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking back over.
No, you're good. You're good.
Kind of an unheralded position. You kind of forget about some of these guys. Hang on, I'm pulling it back up.
Yeah, me too, Cole. Matter of fact, during the call-in show, I was going up back through, and I was like, some of these, like the offensive tackle, his name's like Tyler Herron or something. Like I was like, I don't even remember writing about this guy.
Oh, Taron Hedrick.
Yeah.
TJ Hedrick.
Are we on offensive line now?
No, he's just saying. I know what he's saying. Because I did the same thing.
Yeah.
It happened so fast. I mean, it just happens so fast. You had the 2 weeks there, and it was done.
It did. Now
he had four. I'm sorry, he played in 23 games at Florida, 417 yards, 6 touchdowns. He was named the Football Writers Association of America Freshman All-American after recording 26 catches, 289, and 4 touchdowns as a freshman at Florida. This kid's got potential. Boardingham.
Yeah, he
has 1 year. So him and Jake Johnson are going to be relied on heavily.
I mean, if you look at what you had in the room last year, with Brandon Frazier,
you've got him as a junior. Maybe I had that wrong. No, he played 3 years, right?
I think he's got a red shirt from his. He may be a senior. I may have put him in the wrong one, but
he played 2 at Florida and 1 at Bowling Green.
And then you also have to look at Jonathan Eccles, who you brought in from USF, who understands and knows the offense. So, in my opinion, you've got 3 guys that come in with game reps, quality game reps and experience.
And Jonathan Eccles is good. He's got a chance.
He's the second best in this room to me.
Behind Jake Johnson.
And
Right.
Did you watch any of Boardingham, Cole?
I watched a lot of Boardingham.
Oh, really? Not impressed?
Not
okay,
really.
Good, because that's gonna weigh on my grade.
He's an okay blocker. I don't love him as a receiver. He's just not very fast. I mean, that's not going to be his thing. I think he's going to be an inline guy.
Okay.
See, and that's where I'm okay with it, because if he's your third tight end, that's the part of it too.
Yeah, no, that should be fine. Yeah.
He's more comparable to Ryan G than he is Jake Johnson.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think
so. You really got Jake Johnson and Jonathan Eccles at your flex. Your pass catching tight end, then you've got your inline Boardingham and Ryan G.
And Eccles is, I wouldn't say he's like a big time pass catcher, but what he is he is definitely a flex because he can block in space. He's an athlete, right? I mean, he's a fantastic run blocker. If you put him in at H-back, he is a path clearer. I mean, this guy was a 4-star that was committed to Tennessee, and Golerson then flipped him. That's a big deal.
So who all in this room is moving the needle for you when you're coming? Or Jake Johnson's moving the needle for you. Jonathan Eccles is
and Eccles.
Those really are the only 2 that are really moving the needle for you.
I don't know anything about Herring. I don't know what to think about him.
I just read back up on him. You shouldn't expect a lot from him.
Boardingham didn't impress me much. Maybe he can help as an inline guy, as a blocker, but they don't do that a whole lot.
Watch Hunter Herring have the lamb year.
He might.
I think
he's really athletic.
I honestly think Boardingham's got some H in his game. Now, I know we see it a little bit differently, Cole, but I kind of like the diverse skill sets in this room. Now, I'm not going to get higher than a B- here, but my grade last year on the tight end room was a D+ to a C-. So,
and it might have been generous.
And I think Ryan G's got a shot too. I like Ryan G.
No, I agree. You've got some
for his role,
right? You've got some young pieces in this room. You retained your best young piece, and again, Ryan probably, maybe he's a multi-year starter for you as a junior and a senior, as an inline blocking tight end. But it's a diverse skill set, and it's an underappreciated skill set because when you have a tight end that's willing to own that role, it makes a difference, man. When you can be an extension of the offensive line, so. I think I'm B- on this room because of the experience, because of the different skill sets. What do you think about DeMarcus Broughton? Does he give anything to this room at all? Not this year, but in the future. Do you think he has an opportunity to contribute at any point, or is it just kind of a wash? and you had to bring in somebody to kind of fill a body in the room.
I think he does. He's got some good athleticism with that frame, and it's a very, very good frame. So I think he does.
Okay.
With Jake Johnson and Jonathan Eccles, are you starting out as a B minus Cole and working from there?
I'm working from a solid C. I'm trying to work up from there.
I'm not in the B's.
Yeah.
Would you say, Alan, B minus?
B minus, C plus, maybe C. Maybe.
See, that's what I'm trying to talk myself into a B minus. Is Jake, because Jake Johnson, man.
Yeah, I like Jake Johnson.
But he's pretty good. Jonathan Eccles is pretty good.
This is why
starting.
This is why I'm going to go back to a C plus, because the more I think about it, is that Jake hasn't been able to stay healthy. Just hasn't. Like, he's gotten nicked every year, and he's also. I mean, now to his credit, he's also been plagued by really poor quarterback play most of his career. I'm not trying to bag on his brother.
You know why I'm laughing?
Because I'm dunking on Max, but
it's not all Max.
No,
he was up. Max was good when he played. He was hurt a lot too.
He was. So I'm back to a C plus on this, Jeffrey, but still an improvement from last season. Like, I think the production will be better in this room, and there's a possibility that people don't see all the benefits because of the additional blocking that you're going to get out of it. And I think that's the part that people can't forget, is how it's utilized within the scope of the offense.
Does Jonathan Eccles get you to a B minus goal?
I don't know.
But I'm here
C plus. I can't make it better in the receiver room. That's where I'm at on it.
And you're equal. You're equal with the wide receiver room if you go C plus here.
I'm gonna go equal.
Okay.
If I had to give the nod to one, I'd probably go receivers, but I think they're pretty close.
This room.
I hear you.
It's the Xavier Newsome piece for me. I don't know what he's a wild card.
Yeah, great. Yes, absolutely.
I mean, from what he looks like on tape, you can't. And Zach, if you feel like jumping in here because this is your lane, not as much mine.
Yeah, please do.
Xavier, he looks the part. He's pretty.
He looks the part, and when you see his highlights, you see a lot of athleticism. I don't know if he gives you anything as a blocker at this stage, or if he's purely like a large F or a flex tight end. But if you pair him, if you do get some real production in the passing game from him in the future and Ryan G. Now, you can't see that right now, but are those two that you can groom for the future? And if they are, then maybe I can work my way to a B minus, but I'm going to play safe on this one and stay at C plus. I'm not going to do it where I overextend myself here.
I'm just looking at this going, Hunter Herring doesn't move it. Now that I've talked to Cole, Boardingham doesn't move the needle for me. I like Ryan G for his role. I love Jonathan Eccles.
Yeah.
Xavier Newsome, wild card, great description there. DJ Broughton doesn't move the needle for me. I'm going solid C here.
I don't disagree. Don't take my word too much on Boardingham. I may be very wrong on that.
I'm going off of acclimates and stats and not watching him. If you watched him and he doesn't move the needle for you, then I trust your opinion over me looking at numbers and letters.
See, here's the hard part I have with Boardingham, and then we got to move on to the offensive line, which is going to be even a deeper conversation. But I kind of like him in the role as a third tight end. Like, I'm looking at this for what you brought him in to be.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that.
And you brought him in to be your third tight end. If you can get a guy that's had that many competitive reps at the Power 4 level for a Florida as your third tight end, okay. Like, I understand why you bring that player in, because injuries do happen at that position.
All right, let's get to the offensive line, and let's just hit it up. I was going to say, do y'all want to break it up into interior offensive line, offensive tackle? or you just want to do offensive line in general? That room. Let's just do the room.
Yeah, that's fine.
You brought in Joseph Simmons. You brought in Jacob Strand. You brought in Stanton Ramil. No, it's Ramil.
Yes, like Ramillion. Cole broke me on that one.
Cole Skinner, Jack Lair, Cole Best. You added Kenneth McManus, Derek Plaz.
Bro, I can't.
Is it
Jesus.
Is it Derek?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I said
it is 100% Derek. It is 100% Derek Plaz.
Derek Plaz. That's what I said. TJ Hedrick.
This is not the one I thought you'd get hung up on.
If he'd have said Diggler after it, would he have caught you the right way? There you go.
Dirk Diggler, yay. Kale Ellis, Jacoby Ward, Ty Buster are all back. You signed Wilson Zaire, Parker Pritchett, Mikhail Lundy Foster, Mason Mathis. What's wrong? Is it Michael? I think. Is it McCall? Michael? Mikhail?
This is masterclass podcasting right now.
I think he told you to your face that it was Michael.
I'm almost positive that he did. And then Jeffrey corrected both you and I on the signing day show that we did.
I can honestly say that's what I said. Barry McWhorter, Mason Mathis. What are y'all thinking? What are you liking? What are you what's holding you back?
So there are a lot of different ways in recruiting that you can attack a position. Sometimes it's through quality prospects and it's in a limited amount. Sometimes it's through a quantity approach where you're just taking shots at different body types that you like and hoping that something sticks. And I think that's kind of what they did in this situation, given how many bodies they had to fill. I mean, I'm going to give this probably a B-, C+. I'm leaning B-. I think it's better than the tight end room. I do. But there's just some question marks in this room for me. I actually, and I know Cole and I are going to differ on this, but I like Ramil. I just question the injury history. I don't know if he's going to make it through a full season. I think he's seen some really quality competition in the Big Ten and took a step forward as a freshman, as a redshirt freshman. He got abused at the line of scrimmage a couple games. Now, as a sophomore, I thought I saw some real growth in his game. And if he can make that same leap from sophomore to junior year, then Auburn may have something there if he can stay healthy all year long. Joe Simmons I like, but you only get him for 1 year. You got a swing guy in Jacob Strand from Oregon State. He's kind of an emergency player for me. I'm almost hopeful that Ty Buster passes him as your backup left tackle, and that would make me feel better about the room if he does.
Yeah.
I am very intrigued about Derek Plaz and Jacoby Ward. I think those are guys that have an opportunity to be multi-year starters for you, and Plaz potentially a starter for you this season if he can beat out Skinner. Wild card is probably the kid from Stanford. I like him. The more I watch him, the more I like him.
Yep.
Now,
that's the one you like, Cole?
I like him.
Okay.
Yep. The only problem with him is he missed the entire 2025 season.
To a back injury. And for an offensive lineman coming off of a back injury, that's some cause for concern, right? So when, that was the first person I thought of when Alex Goller said, yeah, we pray for us if you're up for it about the offensive line. You're looking at a kid like him. I think he's got a skill set that translates really well in this offense, but is he healthy? And I don't know.
Your joker card, I guess, the one that you can put in anywhere is Cole Skinner.
Yeah, but he wasn't a full-time starter at USF, and that's the part, even though he knows the offense, and I love the fact that he's in the room and he's going to provide quality competition, I don't love him as a starter, Cole. I just don't.
So there's of the guys they brought in, there's 3 I really, really like.
Okay.
Cole Best.
Yes, we agree on that.
Joseph Simmons.
Agree on that.
And Derek Plaz.
Mm-hmm. Agree on that.
Really, really like those 3. Okay. I like Jack Lear. I like Stanton Ramil. Okay. It doesn't go below that. It's just not quite to the tier that I like the top 3. Then I like Cole Skinner. I'd put him on there too. I actually like what I've seen from him in his snaps. And weirdly enough, even though he wasn't a full-time starter, he did start the Miami and Florida game and the Boise game.
And played okay.
And played well. Every time he played, he graded well. And I've put some of that up against PFF with my grading, and it all checks out. I mean, like he's done some good things. So I'm interested with him. Strand, I'm a little lower on. I'm pretty low on McManus. And he's the wild card. Hedrick is the wild card in this room.
Hedrick is a wild card. Layer's a wild card for me because I don't know about his injury. I mean, his health, right?
The part of this room I really like is what you kept. Cale Ellis, Jacoby Ward, Ty Buster. I love those 3.
I was going to say, yes. You kept Zier.
Big.
You kept huge, right?
And I love Parker Pritchett.
Parker Pritchett.
I think he's got a shot. I don't know anything about the bottom 3. Bear McWhorter I know a little bit about. Not a whole lot.
Where did he flip from?
Michigan. If Bear McWhorter can play center, I like him a lot.
There you go.
As a future piece. I have questions about his ability to play guard in the SEC because of his size, but if he can play center, I think that move made a lot of sense. I actually have some high hopes for Michael Lundy Foster. I think he's got an interesting skill set that translates to the SEC as a pure interior player. I mean, he gives you zero versatility on the outside.
Yeah.
But as an interior guy, I think he's got something. And then I don't know what to think of Mathis. I don't know if he's a guard. I don't know if he can play tackle. He's a project for me. He's that guy that you're gonna redshirt him, and then we'll see what we've got coming out of the lab from a year from now.
I'm a solid C. I think I'm a solid C here.
Man, y'all really talked me down.
I'm higher than Cole. I'm a B minus.
And we got the Hedrick. Is he on here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there he is. Okay, that's him. That's who I had forgotten all about. I'm trying to
because I think this room has more upside than the tight end room. I think you've got the same number of guys from a quality rep standpoint per ratio. I'm with you on the kid. Is he from was he from Alcorn? Was that or Akron? Yeah, Kenneth McManus. He's looking at a red shirt season, and he's going to be a depth piece for you, but he's got quality reps.
He started as a freshman.
Started as a true freshman. So again, you put him basically in the weight room for the better part of a year on scout team, and then we'll see what we have next year.
Here's how I'm looking at this this group. I'm thinking, okay, if Simmons and whoever your left tackle is, Cole Best, you're getting what's your grade right now for your predicted starting offensive line group? Yeah.
Mm.
And then I'm going to go, because I love the last 2 columns, except for TJ Hedrick, Ty Buster, Jacoby Ward, and all those true freshmen. And then you throw in Cale Ellis as a sophomore, Plaz as a sophomore. I love that. I love the talent, of that. I just don't. I love Cole Best.
Look, if Lear is healthy, and Ramil's healthy, and then Plaz or Skinner start at your other guard spot, I actually think that's a B line. I mean, that's a B offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If Lear's healthy, if Ramil's healthy, that's again, it's if. And that's the unassuredness in this room for me, and it's why I can't get higher than a B minus.
Let's assume they are. Let's assume they are for this.
Right. Give them the benefit of the doubt.
I in that case, I'd go as high as B minus, but probably settle more at a C plus, somewhere in that range. Just because the interior,
I think either one of those two.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I don't think any higher than a B minus, and I don't think. Well, I mean, I wouldn't argue with you if you wanted to give this room a C.
Yeah,
Solid C.
I think the room as a whole is a C, and honestly, getting it to that point was a good job for what you
Yeah.
had. That's all you can ask for. And then what's going to be annoying about this when we look back on these grades, the offense is going to carry these guys a lot further than what we've been seeing. So we might look really stupid. You know.
Well, I think
I've been an offensive line guy these past. You're going to look stupid trying to figure out what an offensive line is going to look like. I guarantee it.
Where are you, Cole?
Solid C.
Okay, I'm going to meet y'all in the middle at C plus.
Okay.
I gave the tight end room a solid C. I think this room is better than the tight end room.
I agree. I think it's definitely better than I mean, for me, I think it's better.
Me too. I'm going to give it a C plus, and I hope. And honestly, if everybody was healthy and didn't have nagging injuries, or if Ramil didn't have, is his a
car broke down.
He injured his shoulder in the.
That's what,
that joke will never get old.
No. What I don't really know what his injury was. Do you, Alan?
It was a leg injury. It was a lower leg injury, I believe. I don't think it was an ACL, so I think you're good there. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think it was either. I think it was like I thought it was. Yeah, whatever. I don't know why I was thinking shoulder. Either way, we've got. All right, just a quick rundown, or before we get to our hibachies, we've got the quarterback room. Everybody agreed solid B across the board. Running back, A plus. Cole loves this room, followed by two solid A's. The wide receiver room, Cole had a C plus. Alan and I had solid B's.
Mm-hmm.
Tight end room, C plus, C plus. I've got them at a solid C. And then the O-line room, B minus from Alan, C plus from me, and Cole at the C, solid C. So your strengths here are going to be, at least on paper, running back room and quarterback. And your weaknesses are going to be tight end and offensive line.
Maybe not. What now? How much does the system carry them?
Yeah.
How much does it accentuate what they do well? How do they scheme around it? Because if you've got hopes of Auburn winning 8 games this year, you're going to need this line to play better than a C.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I said, like, what are you giving the starting 5? Because are you going to give them a B plus on paper?
No, I'm a B on paper for the starting 5.
Okay, there you go.
If everyone's healthy, I give, because of Cole Best, because I really love the continuity in the middle, his ability to make adjustments and calls at the line of scrimmage as far as shifting protections and knowing what you have coming, and then the familiarity with the offense. I think Ramil gives you some hidden athleticism on the left-hand side, and he's a decent pass protector, so he'll help Byron Brown hold up. I don't know what he gives you in the run game. I have not been overly impressed at that standpoint. But if they can scheme around maybe some of his deficiencies there, I don't know. I again, I'm giving that offensive line a B if everybody's healthy, and it's a big if with Jack Lear, because a back injury, I don't know. And again, here's the piece that I keep looking at. The upside for Buster and Ward and Plaz, like, you know what I mean, and Kel Ellis.
Yes.
Like, if one of those guys works their way into the starting lineup and you get plus snaps from them and they're grading out well, that changes the whole trajectory of the room, in my opinion. And I think they're capable of it. I think, again, Ward or Plaz could start this year. I firmly believe that those two are going to get a shot to really battle for a starting position.
I agree. If not, I mean, we know how they like to rotate and have roles. I could see that happening too.
Yeah.
And if you think about C being an average, you've got we're predicting an average offensive line.
Yeah.
We're predicting an average tight end room, an above average quarterback, an elite running back room.
Yes.
And a above average wide receiving core.
I don't know what we would have said in years past, but I don't think the quarterback room was above average before the season started. I don't think we could have said it.
I hear you.
I think I graded it above average last year, and that was my mistake as far as drinking the Jackson Arnold Kool-Aid.
Well, potential, it was absolutely above average.
Well, you probably felt good about Ashton Daniels too being there.
Yeah,
you did. And then fall practice started, and then the reports started coming back like, "Hey guys,
just look at the top three quarterbacks on last year's team. On paper, at this time last year was former 5-star Jackson Arnold, 5-star Deuce Knight, and a multi-year starter from Stanford in Ashton Daniels. Like, I'm at an A- at quarterback.
I think that's where I had it last year. I think I was A-, B+ last year, and probably A-.
Well, basing it, I mean, how much of that was Deuce Knight being the future of the room?
It was a lot.
Sure.
And it was layered, though, right? The way that room was layered made so much sense to me. Having Ashton Daniels and his experience, Hugh Freeze, supposed to be a quarterback whisperer.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Jackson Arnold with all the talent in the world. You know, I mean, I think it was one of those situations where I talked myself into it. And realistically, Cole, and I know you and I had the conversation offline, it was like, shouldn't we have gone for a higher floor piece than that for your starter? Like, that was the conversation we had privately. And then I, you know, we all have a way of doing this, but I started to believe like, okay, now you can really get it out of him, right?
Yeah.
Because you see the potential. Like when Jackson throws the ball and he's on time, his feet are right. I mean, it looks really good. But practice is not the game. And there are some guys that can mentally process faster than others, and I think that's Jackson's biggest issue.
Where did he go?
UNLV with Dan Mullen.
Okay.
If Dan Mullen can't get it out of him, it just can't be.
Yeah, nobody can.
I agree.
He's not going to get it out of him.
All right, good show, man. Let's wrap it up with some how about yous. I have 3.
I have none this week.
Okay.
I have 2.
Okay. Slim pickings, fellas.
It's what it is. What it is.
That's right.
I've given some to some really good ones lately, so you know I don't want to keep doubling up.
I hear you.
Though they probably deserve it. If they really deserve it, I give it to them. But
I like it.
I give you my 2. War Damn Bravos.
Mm.
Been pretty good. Good. And then Iron Man 70. Both with some really, really good stuff to say.
Okay.
This week.
I've got how about you to AUB 42 on his new edition, that little baby boy on Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Make that times 2, please.
3. Make it 3.
Times 3. Look at you with the cubed. How about you cubed? AUB 42. J Wade 34 had some good a good post about our show and discussion from the call-in show.
He had to make that another times 2. Jay Wade, okay. Sorry, buddy. Look, I've been in the hospital all this past week and then just got back today. So bear with me, guys. But yeah, definitely 2 good ones that you called out there.
And then an Eeyore, how about you? Thanks for noticing me. Is asshead. A $$ head. You know the Forrest Gump where the confetti's on Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah.
Yes.
At the New Year's Eve party.
So he gets the Eeyore, how about you, of the week, asshead. How about you, big dog? Good stuff. All right, folks, that's going to do it. We're going to wrap it up. Don't forget about Caleb Schofield, man. If you're looking for a new car, truck, van, he's absolutely going to help you out. Just tell him you heard about him on the show. Give him a call, 334-531-0996. And tell them we sent you. Don't forget, Monday night, 6:30, we're going to be back for the call-in show. And we'll see. We're getting closer and closer to that March 17th spring practice. Stay tuned to auburnsports.com for all your Auburn sports needs as Auburn continues its basketball season. Baseball season is underway, and softball. All right, that's going to do it, folks. Cole Pinkston, Alan Head, Zach in the back. I'm Jeffrey Lee. Stay out of the left lane. I will find you. See you.